Yes. Good. Hello again. So thank you everyone for joining this session with Affinigate and Rapid7 around cloud risk complete, everything related to managing the risk in a cloud environment. I'm Patrick Sonou. This doesn't change. I'm the cloud security risk specialist for Benelux and Southern Europe. I've joined the company a little bit more than 2 years and a half ago, and I've been in that industry for many years. And I've been in their shoes because I had a company, a consulting firm and integration company some years ago. So I understand a little bit your concerns and your needs. Um, so to start with, the vision of Rapid7 when it comes to cloud security, risk management for cloud environments and for customers who are moving into the cloud, who are uh, transforming their organization, adopting cloud services, and so on. We see a main challenge where we want to be able to help and support them and support you as partners is the risk achievement gap, which it's something that comes with the adoption of cloud, where you have more and more services, different types of services, because of every cloud service provider is innovating. So like AWS is releasing almost 2 new services per month on average. Same for Azure, same for GCP. It means that it's 2 new business case to be addressed in terms of innovation, but also in terms of risk management and security. So that add complexity to how to understand, how to manage the cloud adoption. Um, the other thing, the other thing that comes with cloud is the time to mitigate is reducing. So because when customers are moving their infrastructures in the cloud, it tends to go for, containers, microservices, different types of microservices, by the way, managed services, and the nature of these services is to, be consumed on time. So as they go. So the time to manage the risk is the time when the service is up and running. And in many cases, when you look for serverless function, containers, even instances, they will last, few seconds in some occurrence to a few minutes. So you have to be able to manage the security uh, in that time frame. Okay, so it's really difficult. You need to be able to view and identify, prioritize, and act in that very short period of time. And definitely, what adds complexity to this is the fact that I've never seen a customer uh, increasing the security team, at the speed of cloud. Okay, it's like we know the market. We know it's very difficult to get resources, to hire resources, to keep them. Uh, we have a very difficult market to get the right skills and knowledge. And when you look to cloud, it's even more difficult because you need to have the two components: the cloud and the security. And so some customers are growing by fivefold, tenfold, 20-fold in the cloud. Never seen a team growing by that kind of dynamic. Okay, so keep the same resources, do more with less time, which in some time is very difficult. So this is really where we are sitting. This is where we want to help both customers and partners to be able to move into cloud services in confidence. If you have any questions, please ask, because otherwise I can talk and talk. So what is the impact beyond the risk achievement gap? So the stress on the teams to do more with same or less. One of the challenges getting the visibility. Um, and I'm asking the question almost every time I have a meeting with a customer. Do you know your cloud footprint? Do you have your inventory up to date? Uh, nine times out of 10, the answer is last time a month. No, I don't have access. So it's very difficult to get the information, to get this inventory, to get the visibility into what's going on, what is in use. To the point where one customer told me, "Oh, we are doing a POC, and he said, yeah, you switch on the lights in the room, so now I see what's going on into my cloud." So that's super important because it's the foundation for building a cloud security practice. um, I don't know if you know, but it's very easy to identify open services, open cloud services on internet. If you use Google, you can easily identify a bunch of containers, instances that are open to the public. It's easy to find, and if you have the right skills, easy to exploit. Okay, because if it's open, if you have the right skills, you can just leverage that. So it's a low hanging fruit target for many organization, bad organization who are looking to either steal information or use resources on their for their own usage. Um, Similarly, you will get a lot of vulnerabilities, the same as on-prem. The issue is it's moving every day, every minute, so you need to be able to keep track on every single instance, VM, server, whatever you name it, that is running, and be able to prioritize and keep things in line with the expectations. Um, it's diverse. Uh, Never met a customer who has the same exact cloud deployment that another one. And in some cases, they have different practices for the cloud because they have different teams that are developing applications in the cloud using different tools, different processes. So it's very hard to have consistency around cloud. So it's something that also is difficult. And um, because of the volume of information and the number of signals, it's very difficult to identify the risk and be able to prioritize on top of it. I'm not coming back on the cloud expertise and which we are missing in terms of security, but that's also a big point, which as partners you can help customers cover. So we need to address these different topics, different issues, um, with something that is integrated with a platform that will aggregate, consolidate all the information in a single point, so that the customer and you won't have to go from one place to the other to understand what's going on. And you have to have visibility into different layers, from the networking piece, infrastructure, up to servers, instances, containers, to identity management, to application, API security, in a single platform, in a single view. And you need also to be able to orchestrate, because that's super important. Um, why? Because when it comes to cloud security, one of the things that most of the customers are a little bit uh, um afraid of is to automate. Um, Automation in the cloud is a key component. If you don't want to automate at least a little bit of your security in the cloud, it's going to be a failure. So keep that in mind. I mean, that's something, not everything has to be automated, but some of the tasks needs to be automated. Otherwise, it's a burden. Um, so in terms of disruption, uh, back to my question, my initial question to most of the customers, is the lack of visibility. Even for cloud teams, in many instances, when I'm asking a question, I can have 2 or 3 people from the same team giving me different information. Okay, I had the case with a customer, 2 guys in the same team running the cloud. One was off for a week. We had the meeting after his week of vacation. Asked the question, okay, what is your cloud footprint? The vacation, jump on it and say, oh, we have 200 instances, EC2s. It was an AWS. It is an AWS customer. And the other one said, we've launched this new project last week when you were off, and now we have 1,000. So it's that kind of dynamic where, so fivefold in a week in terms of footprint, which is interesting. It means that if you want to be able to understand what's going on, you need to have the visibility. And in many occasions, the customers are not getting that visibility. They have to go in different places to get it. They don't have in real time, so that's an issue. The other one is integrating the different signals. Our historical core business is coming from vulnerability, as you know. If you have a CVE, it's not sufficient. Yes, you have a vulnerability. Okay. In the cloud, you can have thousands of resources easily. Even with few hundreds, smaller customers also, if you have few hundreds of instances, it can be very difficult to understand which ones are the top priority. And you need to understand what's exposed. You need to understand if there is a CV, if it's exploited, if it's easy to exploit. That's the basic stuff. But then also you have to understand the other signals so that you can drive your remediation process and prioritize based on that. If it's part of an attack path, if there is threat detected on it, if there is least privilege issues, if there is policy, security, compliance, best practices issues, all together gives you the full risk envelope for the resource beyond just the vulnerability and allows you to drive the remediation piece. And vulnerability is one component, but if you have an attack path and someone trying, to connect to the resource, that's real-time detection. You need to act on it, whether there is a vulnerability or not. Okay, so it's that kind of be able to cross-check different signals to be able to filter out what's really important and what is really risky for the organization. The last piece is just the adoption of cloud. Um, the latest challenge we see with many customers, is artificial intelligence initiatives. It's the hot topic. It's the buzzword currently, and they are looking to try to build new stuff, new application, new business on, and leveraging the value, the benefit of artificial intelligence. And it's a challenge. So Rapid7 use AI within its own product. When it comes to cloud, we also are looking for securing AI infrastructures and services. But that's, I was mentioning new business case, new um, risk for the company. That's something that also needs to be identified and managed by the teams.
Right.
Yes, a question? No? Okay. I thought someone said something. So, as you can imagine, as we have identified issues, we have defined, developed answers to these challenges. Um, the third thing that we do when it comes to cloud environments is to allow to monitor them in real time. Um, you just can't wait for example, API calls to happen and get the information 1 hour, 24 hours later. You have to have something that is very close to real time and as exhaustive as possible in terms of services to get the information. I'm always saying when it comes to security and cybersecurity, information is the key. If you don't have information, you just can't do a good security and deploy a good security practice. And you have to have this inventory in real time to understand what's going on. It's like having a CMDB updated regularly on-prem, so you understand what you are using and where your risks are sitting. Exactly the same. You can't have a blind spot. That's not possible. The other thing that we are doing within the platform is to help, and I mentioned different signals. Sorry. Uh, we help prioritize the risk with the full context. So as I mentioned, having CVs is not sufficient. Being open to internet is not sufficient. It's not because you are open to internet that you are at risk. You need to gather different signals that will drive the prioritization of the remediation, and we provide these signals so the customer and the partners can act on it and lastly automate the process. As I mentioned, sorry, when it comes to um, cloud security, cloud risk mitigation, um, you need to at some point automate the process. If I'm picking an example, an easy one, a storage service, whether it's an S3, AWS, or a blob on Azure, the best practice is to have it private and encrypted. That's common to any cloud service provider, by the way. We know that if a storage is open to the internet, in less than 5 minutes, it will be identified and potentially exploited. So you have 5 minutes. The question is, do you want to send a ticket to the SOC to have someone that will have a look to this issue, and with the risk that it will take more than 5 minutes, and in most probably it will take more than 5 minutes, or you want to be able to say, okay, this should not happen, whatever, this should not happen, and if it happens, the answer is easy, just put it private and encrypt it. And what we do is helping identify these easy use case where you know that the answer is pretty simple, never simple, but pretty simple, and you can automate it to fix the problem. You can still, track, open a ticket, send a message, send the logs to a SIEM, and so on. But at least you fix the problem in the time window that is allowed to fix the problem. So less than 5 minutes for the case of storage services. So cloud security, uh, you need to automate some part of it. What is important is to be able to communicate within the teams, across the teams, cross teams, with the right KPIs in terms of risk. So we have built, because most of the customers are not full cloud, and so when it comes to Cloud Risk Complete platform, we have this, the IVM, so infrastructure vulnerability management capabilities. We had the cloud, we had the AppSec, and so what the customer wants and what the partners are looking for also is to have a single view in terms of risk. So you are able to report back to the customers on where their risks are sitting, what are the priorities, what is the mean time to remediation, if there is any shift, and so on. So we have built this executive risk view in the platform to provide the answer in terms of being able to communicate back on KPIs on a regular basis, be able to have a consistency across environment, whether it's on-prem, cloud, or application level, and be able to drive the decisions. So be able to understand if you have any issues on a specific environment, specific entity, specific application, specific group of users, that kind of reporting back to the organization. Hope it makes sense. Uh, also, so two things, two way. One is be able to automate the processes, sorry, uh, within the cloud. That's one way. Okay, so the storage service, an issue, we fix it. That's a closed loop within the cloud. But most customers have also solutions outside the cloud, and what we can do is also automate the process, orchestrate the security around the cloud and with their other solutions, so that they are able to be more efficient. So you are able to be more efficient and reduce the workload and automate some of scenarios that are that needs to be implemented with the customer. For example, if you need to put a user in quarantine in Azure directory, for example, we can make it from our orchestration tool. So it allows to have more flexibility, more options, to be more efficient, and be able also to take advantage of the investment the customer has made on other solutions that are not necessarily Rapid7. We have bridges, we have integration between our capabilities, but we understand that most of the customers are using also competitors and other solutions. So we want to be able to uh, integrate as smooth as possible within their ecosystem, so they will take really full advantage of what we can provide in terms of value in terms of security management, risk management. Make sense? Finance is a yes. Okay, going to a few use case or customer case. This is a real life case. So um, one customer had one of his dev admin lost his keys, admin keys. Unfortunately, it was recovered by a hacker in Chechnya, which is a nice place. And what we have been able to help them is to identify early on uh, through the visibility capabilities that someone was provisioning more than 100 instances to do crypto mining. Okay, and this was done in a matter of less than an hour. I would say minutes, but less than an hour. So they were able to fix the problem very quick because we're able to see the issues and the fact that some instances were provisioned not in line with the policies expected, which is here was based on tagging. We can use different mechanisms, but that was one way to do it, and we saved a lot of time and a lot of money because this would cost almost 10K US dollars per day if we are not able to see it. This has cost less than $200 bucks to the customer. But keep in mind that on average, it takes more than 6 months for a customer to detect a breach on the cloud. More than 6 months on average. And it takes then more than 2 months to fix it. I have the case with a prospect. It's been breached. It's not a customer. It's been breached in late October last year. So no, they discovered the breach late October last year, sorry, and they are still in the phase of fixing, containing the breach. Okay, and we are in May, so it's like 7 months later still. Last year I had another case on a crypto mining where it's the CFO who detected the breach. Why? The bill. He came to the team and say, "Oh, I don't understand. The bill is 10 times what we used to pay before. What's going on?" And they discovered that they had someone doing crypto mining on more than 100, again, more than 100 resources on their cloud for months. So real time, real life cases. And yeah, keep in mind this average detection and mitigation time frame. It's important. Some of the customer, they even not are not aware of this kind of time frame, and that's why visibility and detection is important. Having a full visibility is important. The other thing where we are pretty good um, is helping uh, keep budget. I'm not talking about ARI and TCO, which here it's the case, but what we help the customer and the partner do, and most partners are interested by that, is to be able to reduce the workload. As you deliver services, managed services, um, what you are looking for is to be as profitable as possible, and automating and be able to keep the workload under a certain threshold to keep the services to be profitable is crucial, and that's what we help doing with our platform. We help uh, reduce the workload because it's easier to use, easier to deploy, easier to run. And we also help automate some of the processes. Can be a white label if you'd like as a partner. But the thing is, if you are helping a customer moving to the cloud, it's where we are going to make the difference. We are going to make the difference on the security side, definitely. But where you will see also the benefit as a partner is also to be able to build a model that is sustainable over time. Okay, and generally speaking, we see the trend to be between for the shortest to 7-8 months in terms of reducing the workload and getting the investment below the cost, and then generating the benefit on the services. Questions? I'm clear this morning. A little bit sick, but clear. So um, I'm not sure if you are familiar with a CNAP acronym, which means Cloud Native Application Protection Platform. CRC is a CNAP as a whole. We do so different acronyms: CSPM, which is Cloud Security Posture Management. We do Cloud Workload Protection. We do Cloud Identity Entertainment Management or Infrastructure Entertainment Management. We do DAST. We do Vulnerability Management. We do Detection and Response. So everything is included into one single platform, which helps in terms of management, in terms of run, in terms of being able to leverage more and more value from the platform and getting all the information from a single point of view. What we also are able to help with is to go doing some shift left. So moving into for customers who are doing in-house development with pipelines and CI/CD DevOps practices, we can do also um, uh, I would say security as a code. So as they are developing their application, developing their cloud infrastructures, we can help them enforce their security framework and check that everything is in line with what they are expecting in terms of risk and security. And so we have different types of mechanisms to integrate with their pipelines from a cloud service perspective, from an application layer or API perspective, and help them get, and you, by the way, to the right level in terms of risk management. Just looking for timing. Okay, I'm on time. Sorry. So what you will get when it comes to sorry, Cloud Risk Complete, you will get uh, everything I mentioned, which is uh, agentless, multi-cloud, multi-tenant platform with so CSPM, CWP, CIM, detection and response, CI/CD. Out of the box, when you plug the platform, you get more than 1,000 checks, which allows you to start with the most risky element in the cloud environment of the customer. From there, then you can build the policies, you can build the compliance frameworks, you can build your detection and response practice. But out of the box, without having to do much, you can start working and helping the customer improve his security posture. That's one thing. The other thing is giving you the visibility and giving to the customer the visibility at every stage, every layer from his infrastructure, so that you have the on-prem cloud infrastructure visibility. You will get the workload visibility, then you will get the API application visibility. So everything is in the same place. So you are able to really get this full view from top down or down to the top in terms of risk management. Um, everything is everything. When it comes to cloud, we have real-time detection, which allows to be close to the time required to fix problem when everything is moved into the cloud. And we have a bunch of integration. You can go to our website for the plugins. We have more than 400 integrations, and you can play with them. You can develop your own plugins. You can really have access to a lot of capabilities to orchestrate, to connect our platform to other solutions with the customer, or build specific scenarios. We have an orchestrator available within Cloud Risk Complete. It's like a saw, and so you can play with it to build and automate some of the processes you want to deliver to the customers. When it's done, and so you have less workload required to manage the situation with the customer. Um, so what um, you get. So the cloud security is the core piece of Cloud Risk Complete. You will get the vulnerability management, hybrid on-prem cloud. You will get the application security, everything related to cloud services, workload, container, the executive reporting, which is important. Here, so basically, Cloud Risk Complete is to help customer move to cloud. Okay, we have a lot of customers who are in the middle of the path, and they want to be able to move with confidence. And so that's what we provide through that platform. That's how you can help the customer. So some of the questions that I have from customers is, how can I ensure that I get the same level of confidence, safety, uh, risk management from on-prem to the cloud? So it's different. It's a different beast. But this is something that we can help them to move from one place to the other, getting a consistency between every place and be able to understand where the drivers are, where the KPIs are, and how they can move things without compromise. Um, these are the references. I'm missing a slide, I think. Okay. Uh, yeah. We have a few. So these are uh, different different references um, on Cloud Risk Complete. You see some nice names. We have plenty of others, so don't be afraid to ask if we can help with connecting customers to prospect. That's definitely something that we can do. Different types. So this is not just dedicated to large organization. Even smaller organization can benefit from CRC because they will get uh, more value from one vendor because we are going to consolidate several capabilities into a single platform. And the way I'm not sure that no, it's not here. The way Cloud Risk Complete is structured from a business perspective. We are looking for the cloud environment to uh, design scope the subscription. So it's even more interesting for them. There are other benefits, access to unlimited capabilities like on AppSec, like on the orchestration piece. But it's predictable. It's easy to explain to the customer, and they can just uh, be able to look for their investments, and it's something that they can rely on because they have the visibility and the understanding in terms of how it is structured. Everything I've talked about, even if I've not showed uh, the platform and the capabilities, everything is included. There's no hidden cost, I would say. What's in for partners? As I mentioned, there are many things that you can do on top of Cloud Risk Complete. Um, in several occasions, we are able to I can say that in English now. We are able to um, kill RFP processes in the good sense. I mean, as soon as we are in conversation with customers and we are talking about CRC, um, just speaking, we are invited for vulnerability, for AppSec, and we start talking about CRC. We position it, and the conversation switch, and had a couple of deals where we were in the middle of the RFP and we switched to one-to-one conversations in terms of negotiations and how to work together. So it's this platform approach is pretty nice because we can engage at a different level with customers, and the value they see in terms of not only consolidating but also having this risk management into a single place is pretty nice. um, on top services, everything that most probably you are doing already today. um, it's very flexible. You can uh, build different kind of services from consulting. I'm sorry, from consulting to MSSP if you are delivering managed services. But we have also a bunch of partners doing just run services, so integration and helping with days of services with the customer just to help them move with the platform, uh, take the most advantage of the platform. Uh, but you will be able to discuss it's not a one. It's not a one deal. You are going to be able to build on top different services and build on a long-term relationship with the customer with that kind of platform. The good point is the user experience is very similar in every capabilities in the platform. So in terms of user experience for your teams, it's very good because it's a good consolidation of skills and knowledge, even if the platform capabilities are different from one to the other. And most of the customers, when they deploy CRC, there is a very strong stickiness to the platform. Just because they love it, but also because when it's deployed, they want to keep it. Just because it's integrated into the ecosystem, and it will drive a lot of communication towards the business entities, which is good for us. Yeah. These are sorry, US based numbers, but the average ARR on CRC customers is a little bit below in Europe, in our territory, but not that much. Is around 50K, and we see deals above 500K regularly. So that's a good sign for us and for you. And that's it for me. Questions? We have 10 minutes. Feel free. No questions? Are you sure?
Hello, Patrick. Just one question.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw in one of your slides a SaaS capabilities. Is that something?
No, we do DAST.
No,
we do DAST.
DAST.
AppSec is a DAST solution. We don't have SaaS capabilities in the platform, so we don't do code review.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. I can go through everyone and ask if you have a question. Nathan? No? Christophe?
Yeah, I don't have any question. Thanks for the presentation.
Okay. Christophe? No? No question? David? Guys? If you are okay, we are going to share the deck after the webinar. You will have my contact details, so just feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you want to deep dive, have a proper demo of the platform, everything, we are available with Petra to help you, and with Infinigate. So you're welcome.
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can reach out to Kenny Mertens, the business developer of Infinigate, and he can help you further with it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day, and hope to talk to you in the near future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.